Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's rock right here on the Peter Gilmore YouTube Wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching on this late Tuesday night. Thank you for watching right here on the Peter Gilmore channel. Make sure you hit this video, hit that subscribe button down below, and as always, friend me on Facebook. Subscribe to my other accounts as well. Don't forget about that. Friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and share this video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap that bell, turn on all my notifications so you ever, oh baby, ever miss an upload. And hopefully, if YouTube can send out my notifications to you. If not, then unsub, then resubscribe, hit the bell. Hopefully, that'll work. And if not, well, I can't tell you anything. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, motherfuckers. I don't know. That's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So like the video, dislike the video. I don't give a shit what you do. Leave a comment down below after the video is up and edited and everything. You can also come in the chat. Talk about NXT. You can talk about the WWE. Anything in the world of wrestling. Talk about some football coming up soon. Talk about some we can talk about sports, baseball, movies, whatever the fuck you want. We'll talk about it right here on the show. So, all right, I know it's late. It's like 12:25, so maybe everybody's going to bed. So, or in bed, because most of you got to work tomorrow, like I do. Okay? I got to work and I got to go to the doctor tomorrow. But, it is what it is, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So tomorrow's going to be a little busy day, and then probably going to chill the next 2 days. Thursday and Friday, I'm probably just going to chill out. And then this weekend, I'm going to, once again, go to hang out at my, with my parents, and have dinner. Actually, Saturday, I'm going to be watching the Jets-Giant game. And maybe the Met game too, because I don't know what time they start. I know the Jets Giants game starts, I think at 7 or 8 o'clock, and I think it's on channel 2 or channel 4. So I'm gonna watch most of that game, but I think I'm probably gonna watch most of the game. So I'm probably gonna be home really late, probably like 10, 11 o'clock. So I'll be home a little bit late on Saturday night. And then Sunday I gotta come home and basically go to bed, because Sunday I'm probably gonna go back and have lunch and dinner with my parents. I'm gonna spend the weekend with my parents, but and then gotta come to the house and fix. Gotta feed the cat. I gotta feed wrestling cat. I just can't leave her there. It is what it is. So yeah, so Sunday I'm gonna be watching the Mets and probably get their butts kicked, but we'll see. And then that's pretty much it. Probably gonna watch them. Probably watch some just some TV until have dinner, probably around 6:30, and then after that, probably gonna stay till about 8 o'clock, and then I'm gonna probably go home. By the time I get home, it's pitch dark, but it is what it is. So that's gonna be my weekend, and then that's it. That's pretty much all I gotta say about that. As far as the missus goes, she's still on hiatus. She's on assignment, I should say. But there's going to be a hurricane coming. No, not Shane Helms, not the hurricane Shane Helms. There's a tropical storm, which is about to be Tropical Storm Fred. That's in the around Antigua, and it's about to start hitting the Dominican Republic in the next couple of days, and then by the weekend it's going to hit by where she is in southern Florida, by Miami and Fort Lauderdale and Orlando. But yeah, it's supposed to rain between Thursday and most of Sunday. So Saturday's gonna be a really bad day. They're saying heavy rain, maybe some winds. So hopefully the power don't go out in where she's staying. And that's all. That's all good and gravy, but she'll be okay. It's a minimal. It's probably gonna be it's a tropical depression now, or it's about to be a tropical depression, and then probably by later tonight or in the wee hours of the morning, it'll be named Tropical Storm Fred, and it's going northwest, so it's going to hit Florida and then probably go up to up the west coast of Florida, then go up to about Georgia, maybe the Carolinas, and then maybe I don't know after that. I don't know if it's gonna go out, go that way. I don't know if, here in Jersey, I don't know if we're gonna get the remnants of it. Well, it's hurricane season, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to hit it. We're starting the hurricane season, and then by Labor Day, it really ramps up. So get back down the hatches, if you know what I mean, in the next couple weeks. Especially if you live in Florida, because most of those those tropical storms that later become hurricanes and, God forbid, become super hurricanes, they start in Africa, and then they go towards the Lesser Antilles and Antigua, and they start going Puerto Rico, Bermuda, the Bahamas. Sometimes they go woo, or they form like right around the in the Atlantic Ocean, right by the Carolinas, and then boop, next thing we know, we got hurricanes, we got wind and rain and tornadoes and chaos. So hopefully, here in Jersey, hopefully we don't get hit with a monster hurricane like we had back in 2012 with Superstorm Sandy, or we get like something that goes like it starts like right under Bermuda, then starts to make a turn up, and it gets stronger and stronger, and then next thing we know, we might be like right in line to get a Cat 3 or possibly a Cat 4. God forbid a Cat 5. Get a Cat 5 where I live. This house is gone. This house is gone. It would be gone. Goodbye. The roof would be gone. The windows would be gone. The aluminum siding would be gone. This house would be it'd be destroyed. And yeah, I'm gonna have to if this gets destroyed. I mean, I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be days before I have to probably hold up shop with my parents for a while, and then I gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna live. And plus the insurance on the house is so I'm not gonna rebuild, but I might rebuild. I don't know. If anything, I'll probably stay with my parents and then get everything I can that's not messed up, and after that, probably take all that to Florida. But then again, if I go to Florida, then I risk maybe getting hit again with a Cat 5 or Cat 3 or Cat 4. If it hits Fort Lauderdale or Orlando or Miami. So gotta play the percentages. You don't know what it is, what it is, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, Rosa loves you all, and she's on assignment. She'll be back probably by next weekend or so. Sometime I would say next weekend or early, probably like right after something. Might have to take over like the day or two after takeover. But we'll see what happens with that. But like I said, she's she's there now, and I'm having a good time, and seeing her grandson and doing her work, what she has to do, she has to do her assignments and stuff. So it is what it is, and yeah, just hopefully this weekend, nothing really bad happens. So I think it's just by the time it hits Florida, it'll probably be like a tropical depression. So by the time it hits overland, it's gonna lose all its momentum and that. So I'm thinking it's just gonna be a tropical storm. They're gonna get a whole bunch of rain, heavy rain, and probably a little bit of wind, and that's probably it. And I think it should be gone, I would say, by Sunday night, early Monday. So she's fine. Should be fine. Just hope when she comes back, there's not a hurricane on the way back. You know what I mean? God forbid that. But we'll see. But she loves you all. And if you don't like it, well, too bad. Because I get those, so I get that. I get that pussy. You don't. That's all I gotta say about that. All right. Hope everybody had a great Tuesday. It was okay here in the Northeast. I had to do a couple of errands today, and went to cash my check. I had to take some money out um because I have a couple bills to pay near the end of the month, so I had to take it out and put it aside. Plus, I had to put some stuff. I had to take some money out because I need it for food, and if I feel like going, if I feel like going out to Subway or go down the street to McDonald's, you know, I don't want to order it through Uber Eats because their prices are fucking nuts. So better off just going down the block. We'll go to the local pizza shop, which is just like a block and a half from my house, right near the park too. It is what it is, and that's pretty that too. That's pretty much all I got to say about that. But it was a good day. Saw my dad and everything. Always gotta, always take a day. If you're off, especially in the summer. If you're like my age or you're like in your 20s or 30s, go take a day off. If you're working, maybe take a day off and just go out with your parents, go out with your mom, go out with your dad. Because not gonna be here forever, and you're gonna kick yourself because you don't have all that time to spend, with your parents and your grandparents or your great grandparents. Yeah, so I've been doing that lately because basically I gotta work, so I'm kind of bored for the first couple in the morning, and then by like 2-3 o'clock, I'm basically done with work, and then when I was like, you guys want me to come over? I either I go out or go on YouTube, maybe do video here and there. But maybe sometimes I do it early when I'm like on my lunch break and everything like that. But it is what it is. And then after work, I usually either I guess I might go out, go for a walk down by the park and everything. Get a second lunch or a late lunch, or I just go through lunch and then just like I'm gonna get something later, you know. Or I go down, take a trip down to stop that. I take a trip, see my dad, see my mom, just hang out for a little bit and come back. My cat's going crazy. I don't know what's going on. Western cat's being really bad lately. Really bad. I have to, you know, not do what who does and abuse animals. Because I don't do that. I have to set her straight. But she's always hungry. So I gave her some sausage today. This is sausage. It's not a turd. Oh, it's a turd. It is what it is, and that's all I gotta say about that. Let me move on from there. All right, so that's it. So that's what I did today, and yeah, nothing else. The Mets game, uh, yeah, they did play today, but they were down 3-1 going into the top of the second inning, and then the rain came like right around 7:30, close to 8 o'clock. So I missed most of NXT, but then my satellite got because I have satellite, and sometimes when it rains and pours and everything, the satellite goes in and out. So I missed a little bit of NXT, but thankfully thankfully I had it in the other room, so it is what it is. And we're gonna get to NXT in a minute. So I had that. I watched NXT tonight, so that was that. And talk to the missus a little bit, see how she's doing. And she's probably sleeping right now. It's 12:30. And that's that. So like I said, the Mets were down 3-1 to the Nationals. Trying to break their 4-game losing streak. 50 games to go. Cookie Carrasco, thank you for the free view, asshole. Carrasco was pitching tonight, gave up a 3-run homer to Josh Bell right? The first goddamn inning. So we're like, oh, we're losing this game. It's already 3-0, and then bottom of first, Alonso gets a double, and then Dom Smith comes in with a double, but then he got caught in a rundown like a dumbass and killed the rally. So that was it. So the Mets got a run back, but it was 3-1 going into the top of the second. First guy gets on, of course. And then the rains came, and we had a rain delay. And then next thing you know, they announced that the game has been suspended because of inclement weather, even though like maybe a half hour to an hour later, it was not even raining. Stupid umpires, stupid baseball. Fuck you. So anyway, the game was suspended, and they're gonna play a doubleheader tomorrow. Not that kind of, but it's not your traditional doubleheader. They're gonna continue. They're gonna start the game at 4:10 tomorrow, and they're gonna complete the first game. So it's gonna start with a guy on first. For the Nationals, it's gonna finish that game. It's gonna be a traditional 9-inning game, but Costco's not gonna pitch tomorrow. I think it's gonna be Drew Smith starting for the Mets, but now they're saying TBA, the ever popular TBA. So we don't know who's gonna pitch tomorrow for that game. Might be Drew Smith to start, and then the bullpen after that to fuck everything up. And then game 2 is gonna be right after that, and that's gonna be a tradition. It's gonna be a 7-inning game. A traditional doubleheader as of now. What have we seen the last year or so? Yeah. So game 2 is going to be a 7-inning game, and Marcus Stroman is going to be on the mound tomorrow. Hopefully, getting his head out of his ass. But we'll see what happens with that. But there is some good news, Mets fans. There is some good news out of all this crap. Well, there's good news and bad news. The bad news is the Braves won tonight over the Reds. They won. I think they won 4-3. So they get a game on the Phillies, who are losing 4-0 to the Dodgers. So that's So the bad news is the Braves are now 1 game out of the division. But the good news is the Phillies lost. So the Mets gained a half game in the standings. So they are now 2 games out with 49 to play. And the Mets got this is their I think tomorrow's their 13th doubleheader of the season. And they got 2 more to go. 2 more doubleheaders coming. So you know what that means, Met fans. They gotta fucking win these doubleheaders. I'm sick and tired of them. Every 12 they've had the past 12 doubleheaders they split. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, you only lose a half game. At most, you lose a half game or a full game. Really a half game. But if you lose both of them, then you lose a game and a half. Then you're fucked. So if I'm the Mets, tomorrow I come out smoking hot. Got to come back and got to come back tomorrow. Win the first game, and then hopefully Stroman pitches a gem in the second game, and you sweep the doubleheader, and then you go on to the Thursday day game at 12:10, and I think Rich Hill pitches that game, so we'll see what happens with him, and that'll be it. That'll be it for the National Series, and then the Dodgers come in for 3 on the weekend. That's going to be really tough. And then after Sunday's game, they fly out to San Francisco to face the Major League best team in baseball, the Giants, for 3 games, and then they fly up to but I think they fly down to Los Angeles for 4 games next weekend. It's gonna be a real challenge those next 13 games. But after these 2, the next 16 games for the Mets, it's gonna be really tough, and we'll see if they can persevere and get back their mojo. Because right now they have no mojo. They have no hitting. They have no pitching. They have no bullpen. They got nothing. But then Pete Alonso says, we'll be fine. We got this. Okay, Pete, you got this. And then, 13, after next Sunday, you'll probably be like 8 games out of the division and the season's over. So you got this. Let's see. I want to see it. Get your heads out of your ass. Get some fucking runs. Pitching's got to be a little bit better because it's not great. I mean, giving up, Carrasco giving up a 3-run home in the first inning. It's going to be a big climb to get to win that game tomorrow. But we'll see what happens. But the Phillies, the Phillies are so up and down this year. The Braves are so up and down this year. So right now the Mets are still in it if you think about it. 2 games out with 49 to play. I mean, the tragic number is 46, I think. So we'll see what happens with that. But never say never. We got a long way to go. We got the rest of this month to go and all of September. And we're getting DeGrom back. Syndergaard's coming back. They're saying he might pitch out of the bullpen, which I think is a little bit of a good idea. That's what I would do. If the Mets even contend and win the division, I think you would need Syndergaard in that spot if somebody fucks up in game 1 or game 2 of the National League Division Series of that 5-game series. So you're gonna need Syndergaard in the bullpen, for either to do mop-up duty or maybe come in a tight spot, in 6th or 7th inning, and then I can't really, I don't want to rely on Castro or Loop or even Trevor May, and God forbid La Familia or Lugo. I'd rather have Syndergaard come in maybe in the 7th inning or maybe come out for the 8th inning, just go zoom, 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 Hopefully he gets his magic back, that lightning. Because I call him Thor, of course. So, yeah, we could use him big time in the playoffs. Big time. But, like I said, the other, the starting pitching has to wake up. And DeGrom will be healthy by September. So, hopefully he'll get his magic back. And hopefully the Mets make a miracle September run and win the division. And who knows in the playoffs? Who knows? And that's all I got to say about that. So that's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Tuesday night, August the 10th, 2021, or if you're now watching from somewhere else, August the 11th, 2021. We're getting really close to the middle of August already. Thank you for the free view, by the way. Come on! Come on, you're going to just watch and leave and fuck you, man. Say something. Cowards. That's all I got to say about that. All right, on this, late Tuesday night, August the 10th, 2021, or not watching from somewhere else, like I said, August the 11th, 2021, it is time for your late night NXT review for August the 10th, 2021, from the Capitol Wrestling Center in St. Petersburg, Florida, and back on the USA Network, live and in living color. That's what I got to say about that. All right, before we get to the review, I forgot to mention that check out my latest rant down below about you know what it's about if you've seen it earlier today on the PG Rants channel. You know what it's about. If you don't know, then just go watch the video. I don't even have to say who the rant is on, but I'll just say it's about Mr. Patrick, and that's all I gotta say about that, the irrelevant bastard that we don't talk about anymore. And we're not going to talk about it anymore. What if he continues to do his bullshit and stalk people's channels and shit, with his little, what, just do all this shit he's doing. He's going to be in for a big surprise. Big surprise. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, so watch that video down below on the PG Rants channel. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment or 2 or 3 or whatever. I also put some videos as well pertaining to the subject of the day. which was Mr. Patrick. So I put down below Fan of YouTube's video, which was the final warning shot that he did. So I put the video down there. I put Hiroshi Maru's stream down there. Big ups to Hiroshi Maru and the group down there, the Ambiguous Bastards and all that shit. So I put his video down below in the comments in the description box. And I also put my good buddy Chase video, his stream down in the description box as well. And yeah, it was burial day for that bald-headed Irish fuck. That's all I gotta say about that. Pepsi, motherfuckers. Always the drink of choice. Pepsi. Fuck Coke. Pepsi. And that's not a bad thing to say, you know. I'm gonna say, but fuck Coke. You know, because we all know Zuby drinks his Coke. So. And it is what it is. Yeah, big ups to the bear. Whatever. He wants to drink the Coke, go ahead. I still think Pepsi's better. I don't know how he gets all those bottles of Coke, but you know, I think it's one of his family members works for Coca-Cola. I mean, there is no way. I mean, every video he does, he has like a full or half or basically gone bottle of Coke, like 2-liter Coke. So he must go to the supermarket or go to Costco and buys, you know, Coke and fucking bulk. I mean, that's not a bad thing, but you know, it is what it is. I wish I had a whole ton of Pepsi in the fridge. I don't. I don't. I mean, I just like, you know. I went to the you know, when I came home from the bank, you know, I stopped by the grocery store and I bought, you know, like one of these, you know. And one of these I finish this in like about a day, and say, but I might keep a day or 2 days. I'm done with that. Let me put it over here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I don't know how Zuby does it, but Zuby does it, and that's all I gotta say about that. Zuby Zoo. He's not Indian though. I don't know. Not dissing him. I know he hates my guts, but I don't give a shit. At least he buried that egotistical bastard JD. But it is what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. So, like I said, all the videos down below in the description box. Give them a like, give them a thumbs up, and support the channels that I mentioned. Fan of YouTube, Chase, Hiroshi Maru, and myself. Don't forget that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into NXT tonight. Really quickly, because I don't want to waste too much time, because I got some stuff to do. But NXT tonight, you know, on the road to NXT Takeover 36, we are 11 days, as of this recording now, 11 days away, which is on August the 22nd at the Capitol Wrestling Center. It's not going to be, you know, they're not going out of the Capitol Wrestling Center anytime soon. So it was a pretty decent show. It wasn't a great show, but it was a little bit better than the last 2 weeks on Sci-Fi, which got basically 500,000 views. But you know, tonight's episode was pretty decent. Had a couple good segments. They had Adam Cole, baby, and Kyle O'Reilly. Their face-to-face confrontation with Mr. Regal, you know, being the mediator, and you know how that ended. You know how that goes. That went. You knew what was going to happen. They were going to go at it. But interesting stuff regarding that match, and I'll get to that in a minute. We also had the NXT Women's Champion Raquel Gonzalez on the show, talking about what Dakota Kai did last week by stabbing her in the back. You know, now the match is now official for Takeover. That Raquel will defend the belt against Dakota Kai, and we got Dakota Kai in action, I think, tonight. We were supposed to get Ember Moon and Saray one-on-one, but Ember Moon got pulled because I think she has an injury. What else is new? And she went on Twitter and she says, "I'm disgusted. I'm gutted." She's very angry. that she didn't get the chance to face, the Warrior of the Sun, Saray. So that kind of sucks. I can probably tell you, Ember Moon's probably gonna be getting released soon. If she feels that way, but it is what it is. Coinciding with that, Baron Corbin. There was a video about Baron Corbin that he got fined $500 for breaking the dress code. Oh well, sucks to be homeless then. Well, he's playing the homeless gimmicks. I don't know if that $500 fine was actually real or was a part of the storyline. I don't know. I think it was part of the storyline. I mean, there's no way like a guy like Baron Corbin would get freaking fined $500. I mean, for real, for violating the dress code. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't care. But yeah, they had that today. Whoop-de-damn do. But going back to NXT, we're gonna have more with the Samoa Joe Killer Cross saga. See what happens with those two guys. And also we're gonna have the I think it's the NXT TV debut of Ilya Dragunov, who is set to face Walter at Takeover 36 for the NXT UK Championship. So we'll see if he's gonna be. I think he's doing a promo. We're set to appear, and then we'll find out if Walter appears as well. But some interesting stuff with Ilya Dragunov at the end of the show, and I'm gonna talk about that. And also I think that's pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, Dakota Kai and Ilya calling Rocky come face to face, and then Raquel seeks vengeance on Dakota Kai, and that's what I'll say. So, all right, we go to the Capital Wrestling, and we go to our commentary team, which was Vic Joseph and Wade Barrett. I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. Well, for me, it was good news because Beth fucking Phoenix was not on the show tonight. Thank the Lord. There was some segments with the Index. He tried to ruin it. They failed miserably. I'll talk about that a little bit. So I was like, thank God that freaking Beth fucking Phoenix wasn't on the show, because she'd be gushing and freaking getting wet in her panties over this whole Index thing. And we all know what happened at the end of last week's show. Johnny Gargano won the match, and supposedly Indy, they had that love her or leave her match, and Dexter kind of lost, Indy, but then Indy, she was going to the back with Candice and Johnny, and then she looked back. Tell him to leave him alone, like you're done, you don't have him anymore. And then Indy rushed to the ring, does her best Lou Thesz press impersonation, and basically they almost had simulated sex in the ring, which isn't a bad thing, but it is almost. So yeah, so Index kind of lives on, if you think about it. Talk about this segment that Indy and Dexter go out to dinner at an Italian restaurant, and Johnny and Candice try to spy on them. They're in disguise and everything, but then Indy and Dexter, they foil the plans and everything. So, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. When we move on from there. So yeah, so no Beth Phoenix, thank God, but I still hear Vic Joseph's annoying voice. Anyway, so they mentioned Dakota Kai replacing Ember Moon. Match with Saray. So Dakota Kai takes her place, and I don't know. I think they didn't really what happened, but I'm thinking that Ember has an injury that we don't know about, or I think like whoever's booked, maybe Hunter and Sean were like, Ember, no, you ain't facing her tonight. No. Go back to the hotel. Get out of here. Well, maybe Regal's like, get out of here. Get out of here, sunshine. I don't know. But Ember was pissed. And she went on Twitter and she just went on a rage. She's like, I'm pissed. I'm angry and I'm gutted. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with Ember Moon, but I think she's probably gonna be asking for her release or getting released. I mean, what is she doing in NXT? Nothing. After they broke her and Shotzi up, she's basically in catering in NXT, doing nothing but baking cookies. With the other NXT women that really don't get any attention. It is what it is. Sucks for her. Former NXT Women's Champion, former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion. But right now she's stuck in limbo once again. I'm probably thinking like the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah. I'm thinking that Ember's gonna get released because WWE said that there's more releases to come. It might be on a daily basis or it might be on a weekly basis at this point because Vince wants to change up NXT and make it into his own vision. That's gonna suck. Girls and women like Ember Moon, who's I think close to be 30 at least. She's probably not going to be part of NXT because Vince wants to have young people under the age of 30 on his new vision of NXT. So we're not going to get like an Adam Cole or Kyle O'Reilly or Samoa Joe on the show. Basically, going to be a little bunch of freaking midgets, as he says. Not vanilla midgets, like the indie stars, but basically guys and girls that are working out at the performance center who were just there working out, trying to get on NXT. So that's what's basically going to be the future of NXT. All these people who we've never seen before, working out at the performance center in Orlando, Florida. They go to the Capitol Wrestling Center and then they're on NXT. That's going to be we're going to get like 16 to like 29-year-olds on NXT. With maybe an appearance from like an old, if they do old school night at for NXT, you bring back maybe like a Rhea Ripley or Becky Lynch or Sasha Banks, the boss, or Finn Balor and everything like that. Finn Balor said he wants to come back to NXT for a third run. I don't blame him because he's gonna get buried by Roman in September when he fights Roman for the Universal Championship as the Demon. It is what it is. I don't know. Anyway, but let's move on from that. Enough about that bullshit. Let's go. All right, so Dakota Kai is going to take on Sarray. Match Dakota Kai comes out. So what this thing is, you thing. They starts mocking Raquel before the match. She's like, And then Sarray comes out, her great little little entrance with the fog. She comes out of the fog. She's the warrior son. Comes out with like the great Japanese anime theme that she has. Or maybe like a type of theme. Out looking really pretty. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, so we get to the match. Match lasted 13 goddamn minutes. Goddamn. Well, it was a long match. Starts off with it went okay. It didn't go great, but it is what it is. So Sarray, and then Dakota Kai's like, fuck your code of honor. And then they lock up. Dakota Kai takes control for a little bit. Sarray reverses into a wrist lock. They go back and forth until Dakota gets put on the ground. Gets back up, grabs Sarray by her hair, slamming her down, and then just go back, like the Razor Ramon treatment. Back. Going to create a back elbow before kicking away at the number one contender. Off the rope, Sarray with a springboard arm drag. Then she picks Dakota up, hits a delayed body slam, then a leg submission right in the middle of the ring, which she then turns into an inverted STF, almost like cattle mutilation, almost. But anyway, Dakota Kai out of it by grabbing the hair. That's a good way to get out of the submission. Grabs the hair, break the hold, and starts stomping on Sarray back. Dakota with a boot choke in the corner for a count of 4 because she's got 5. Gets a near fall of that. Continues to beat the crap out of Sarray. Then she does like one of those Chris Jericho, yeah, baby, pins for 1 count. Then just continues to beat Sarray on the bottom rope, chokes her against the rope for and breaks it 2. Picks her up, hits a snap mare, and kicks to the spine for a near fall. Dakota Kai was going to work, back for the fall. Sarray then bridges out, gets slammed down for a near fall, but then she bridges again, comes off the ropes to roll up Dakota Kai with a 1920. Then locks in a really sick-looking single leg crab. Dakota Kai's leg off and eat it or something like that. So anyway, Dakota's what the hell's that? Oh, cat. That my kitty. Dakota's struggling, but finally gets to the ropes. Then we get a big stomp to the ass by Sarray. She really stomped on her ass. Not kicked it, but she stomped on her ass. That's better. Then another one to the back. Comes off the ropes with a knee to the back for a near fall. He picks Dakota Kai up. Fisherman suplex for a near fall. As we go to picture-in-picture. And while we're in that, Dakota Kai, as always, the heels come back. Picture-in-picture. Takes back and forth. Sarray with a release German. She rolls up for a fall. And then a bridge German suplex for another near fall. Then she hits she goes for a Uranagi, but Dakota elbows out of it, sends her in the corner. She comes off the ropes with a big kick to the head for a near fall. Then they get back up. Both the ladies are beating the crap out of each other, going back and forth. Sarray comes out, kick, scorpion. And then they both go off the ropes and with a drop kick. And then Sarray with a big diving drop kick after that. Tries for a second time, but Dakota moves, hits the stomp both down. Champion Raquel Gonzalez arriving into the CWC. Well, I think was it in the series? Yeah, she comes in. She arrives at the CWC. I think she comes in after that. Sarray with a surprise roll up for an air fall. Then she takes Dakota down, and this time with a jackknife pin for a near fall. Then she hits a spinning kick. And she goes in the corner, but Dakota no-sells the kick, basically. Charges in with that everybody steals my Yakuza kick. And then she pins Sarray. 1, 2, 3. So Sarray's undefeated streak over, which sucks. It is what it is. But Dakota Kai gets the win. Match gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So she picks up the win, gains a little bit more momentum going into the go home show next Tuesday, live on USA, and we'll talk about that afterwards. She goes for another shot on Sarray, flies out of the ring, and Raquel starts chasing her. Comes in and chases her out. Raquel's on the mic, saying Dakota will never be her, never. She never her or be champion. All she thought she'll get her opportunity at do a part. She probably will, but I'm hoping Dakota wins. But what's if Raquel wins, then I'm like, who's that? I'm thinking I had first I was like, oh, Raquel's gonna hold the belt until Frankie Monet starts rising up the ranks. But now she's on a stupid storyline with Robert Stone and what's her name, Jessi Kamea. It's stupid. Want to make the Robert Stone brand in her image. Okay, that's fine. Kind of stupid, but it is what it is, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. All right, so I gave the Aftermath 2.25 out of 5 stars. So Raquel, is ready for Dakota at Tape, and we'll see what happens next week with those two lovely ladies. That's it. All right, then we get a recap of what happened last week in the main event with Dexter Lumis, that creepy bastard himself, losing to Johnny Gargano in her loser match, which Johnny won, and he Dexter, but it was a happy ending for Index as and Dexter got the girl. Let's see what happens with them. So we see that, and then we go to the first of I think 2 or 3 segments with them. All right, we see Indy and Dexter on their very first date at a nice Italian restaurant. I mean, could have dressed up for the occasion there, guys. I mean, come on. It is what it is. Indy, Indy's getting ready. The waitresses are, taking an order. I want some calamari. Nice choice. Mussel, and some other seafood, and chicken. So they must have went to either or Applebee's. I mean, it is what it is. So she's getting ready. She's like, I can't believe this is our first date. And looking at the freaking menu, like, oh, I don't know. He's like, I don't know what I'm going to have. Try the fish. Hey, Dexter, try the fish. But I digress. And then we hear some weird noise. Like over like a little like a loudspeaker, and then we find out that it's over a like a 10-4, 10-4, like an intercom thing, as we see Candace and Indy talk about the problem problems in the house. And how Johnny can't let away he did. Um, Restaurant. Oh, they're at the house. Oh, I read it wrong. I thought they were at the. I missed it, so I botched. Actually, they're preparing for the first date. So Indy's, getting ready and everything, and Gargano and Gargano and Candice are like talking about the problems within the house. They say like, "Well, Austin left. We don't want you to be with Dexter. Then you leave, and it's just us after that." Then the doorbell. So he opens the door. It's Dexter with a bunch of black roses. Why not? He's creepy. So Johnny's like, "Come on in, Dexter." I'm like, I thought that was like really kind of weird, but okay. So Johnny's like, "Come on in, Dexter. She's waiting for you." He walks away. He walks in, really kind of creepy. He doesn't say anything because he can't talk. Then meanwhile, we go back to Indy's bed, wherever she's getting ready. Candice is trying to give Indy the talk. I mean, make sure you have protection if he tries to fuck you in the ass. But he's like, I don't need action. Let him fuck me in the ass. Roll. Why not? Just remember Dexter. Pull out a 2. I digress. So Johnny asks Dexter, what's your intentions with Indy? He just looks at Johnny. Creepy. So Johnny's like, playing the overprotective dad. It's like, I want my daughter home at 10 p.m. Kick your ass, I'll shoot your head off, or something like that. One of those like redneck freaking fathers like, you bring my baby girl back at 10 p.m. No later than 10 p.m. Then when they're out, they probably go out and bang each other in the back of their Jeep or something like that. We don't even know. But yeah, he's playing the dad, blah, blah, blah. 10 p.m. curfew, no funny business. All right, Indy comes down looking pretty nice. She takes the flowers, like, oh, thank you, Dexter. You can fuck me in the elevator. Dexter doesn't say anything. Then they go out, leave, and then Johnny and Candice basically they kind of spying on them. They have GPS on the phone or anything with like Find My iPhone. So basically they're gonna go stalk them and try to ruin their date. I don't get it though. Why would you have a lover or loser match? Dexter loses, and still this storyline goes on. Now they're going out on a date. I don't get it. Why is this going on? If he lost the girl, then why is he? Well, we having another segment he's got right now. But it is what it is. So we'll see what happens at dinner with Dexter with Index, and see if Candice and Johnny can cock block him. But we'll see what happens. So I have 2.2 out of 5 stars, and that's that. All right, then we go to a segment with one of the great matches in NXT right now. Hit roll, and if you don't know, now you know. We have the North American champion Isaiah Swerve Scott, B-Fab, Ashanti Adonis, and Top Dollar AJ Francis there. They're not happy about what happened last week. Getting beat up, and then Swerve's teeth come out. Well, his grill gets taken out. They're not happy about them. They're in front of a burning garbage can. Not a dumpster. So one of those, big circular bins. Doing my promo. I have many promos where I've been outside and I, talking barrel, set it on, I don't even put a match in there, it just goes off like Kane, boom, goes on fire, and I talk like right behind it. Somebody's been reading my old school XWF promos. They're it is what it is. Anyway, they're in front of the burning garbage can. They talk about how they attack, how Legado, Swerve, and Top Dollar. So says they got disrespected, and coat and they disrespected them. He snacks his grill out of his mouth. One of his mouth has to hurt. So then he takes a luchador mask. Hopefully, it wasn't the one we all know and love, Parker's mask. I don't know what that mask is, but it is what it is. He's somewhere. I haven't heard from Peter the Parker in months. I think he's in he's hanging out with El Generico in Mexico City, Mexico. He can't get out of Mexico. He tries to jump the border. He's trying to do what all these immigrants are doing now. These migrants just jumping over the border and landing in Texas. He tried that, and he got arrested and got sent back to Mexico. And now his visa, he can't come into the States. So we'll never see Peter the Parker ever again. But then again, you never know. So, all right. So anyway, after that, Swerve takes a luchador mask and burns it. Burn. I don't know what that was about. I was thinking, wait. Well, it first the central storyline, and the Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza top and Sean the tag, teaming up, tagging, and maybe having cinches on NXT. B-Fab just pretty with her shorts. And then that's it. So we'll see what happens with Legado and Hit Row going into next week. We'll see what happens. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right. After that, we get the taking on Walter for the NXT UK Championship in their second match. I believe he's former NXT UK champion, and on his debut. Blah blah blah. Maybe some of them don't know him because I don't watch NXT UK. But it's what it is. I don't even watch it. But anyway, so Ilya says he's not a man of big words. I don't speak. So he's not a man of big words because where he's from and where he's gone, words don't really mean one of the last songs. Yes, they don't mean shit. And Vinnie Paul, get your pull. Banging and raising hell and heaven with Randy Rhoads and Ronnie James Dio. That. So talks about that. He says pain has meant something, and the struggle and the blind belief and the fighting spirit. So he put his strength not into his mouth, but his fists. So with those fists and everything else, he'll. Then he says at TakeOver, we'll witness chaos and rage. History, he ends Walter's getting 1,000-day reign as a NXT UK champion. He will beat Kate champion. Fans going nice. Okay, from another NXT UK 5 days, I think it was. I lost count on that, but it should be interesting. So it looks like they're about to have a match. So Dunn gets in the ring, tells Ilya that before you get ahead of yourself, which he kind of did, carrying Europe on his back, which he did, doesn't get to compete at TakeOver or stand in front of him if he didn't do that a long time ago, if it was still in NXT UK. Ilya says, well, I'm not here because of you or anybody else. It's because of my own talents and putting myself up to basically make the impossible possible by beating Walter. So Pete fucking Dunne never did while he was in NXT UK, and it can't change what's going to happen. So it's like, you're here. I'm here in my gear, and it rhymes. So he's like, why don't we have a match tonight? Make this happen. So Dunn's like, you must be stupid as you look. Like, you're not gonna make it to Takeover. I'm like, oh boy, main event right there for the main event for NXT is from both men. So I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was 2 tonight. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, so like I said, 3.5 out of 5. All right, after that we go to Kenzie Mitchell. He's backstage in the locker room. The friend, the $1 Million Champion, Drake. He's getting ready for his match coming up with Andre Chase. Then we see his butler Cameron. He's there. Ex Eli, what happened last week? Why did you? It's like, why'd you leave me hanging, bro? So Eli tells Cameron, it's like, your name is not Cameron, your name is Butler. Like, you just name him Penguin. I win. Anyway, it's like, so giving you an opportunity to clean up the mess that what happened on the golf course. He swung and hit him on the nuts, and then hit him, and he was just trying to get into his head and say that Cameron's special. Dummy, yeah. No, he said, just like every millennial. That's basically true. Then he asked Cameron, whose game is this? And Cameron's like, LA Knight's game. It's your night, sir. And it's all he's still looking like a sad panda. He's like, it's LA Knight. So I was like, damn right. So off we go. The ring for Eli's squash match with Andre Chase. Blah 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 blah. So I gave that 2.5 out of stars. And we'll move on to pretty much. Right, then we get to Eli versus Andre Chase, and I didn't give 2 flying fuck. Basically, Andre Chase just stood there and did nothing. Eli came up, then he hit the BFT. That one, kind of like a 1%er cutter kind of move. 1, 2, 3, picks up the win in about 5 seconds. I lost count. I didn't even like bother to even start my timer or anything. I was like, whatever. I was like, so he wins in like about 10, 15 seconds at least. It was just so I gave it a dud because it was just a fucking 15-second waste of time. But afterwards, it gets interesting, and I'll get to that right now. So afterwards, we hear the music of Ted DiBiase. Money, 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 money. Got up and ha 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 ha. So he comes out to a nice little pop. He gets in the ring, and Eli's pissed. I'm like, what are you doing here, DiBiase? And Cameron's like, things are gonna get interesting. So Eli's pissed. He tells Cameron, it's like, get that old man out of here. So you really think that Cameron's gonna tell Ted DiBiase to get out of there? So Ted gets like, this has gone on too long. It has basically been about a little over a month. I think one of the best storylines in NXT this year. Gotta say it. He's like, Ted's like, this has gone too far. Cameron, you're a man of your word, but you have so much more potential. I got a lot more that I can give you, stuff like that. We could be doing a lot of things, stuff like that. Everything. So Eli says, so that Cameron was born to be a butler. And then Ted's like, well, the one thing he shouldn't be is a butler. So like, get this fucking storyline out of here. Him being a butler and everything. Let him go back to being Cameron Grimes to the moon. So Ted says he believes in Cameron, and so do the fans. The fans go to the moon, yes. But then Eli comes on the mic, says go to the back unless you want to get punched in the mouth again. Tell him that to DiBiase. So the fans are like, boo. So Cameron's like, Ted, let's just go to the back. We'll talk in the back. We'll count our money in the back. Just get out of here. Trying to play peacemaker. So then Ted DiBiase tells Eli to shut up. Then he tells Cameron, it's like, Cameron, you need to follow your heart. you know, maybe a Kiss reference out of that. I don't know. It's like follow your heart, follow the Yelbrick Road. No, so he tells Cameron to follow his heart and believe in yourself, and one day you can be champion. Like, wait a minute, is Ted DiBiase calling a Nikki Ash type promo? Like, if you believe in yourself, you can almost be a superhero. So Ted DiBiase like, believe in yourself, Cameron. You could be the $1 million champion. So he says that, he tells Eli $1 million title on the line one more time, because what's gonna happen. And he said that Cameron's gonna win it. So Eli kind of starts, laughing and blah blah blah. It's like, what do I have to fight him again? I twice, and he knows he can't beat me. He already proved that he can't beat me. But he says, I'm a man of my word. I'm an honest man. Because he's Eli Drake, goddammit. He's like, okay, we'll have another match at NXT TakeOver 36 for the $1 million title. So now that match is now official. But he puts the stipulation in that he says if Cameron wins, you get the title. But if you lose, Cameron, not only will you not be my butler, Ted DiBiase will now be my butler. So Cameron's like, he goes over to Ted DiBiase like, I don't think this is good. No, just like, no. But Ted DiBiase, the 60-something year, says like, you propose a pretty good proposition there, Eli, and I'm a gamble, and our money's on Cameron Grimes, so you got it. The match is on, and the stipulation's on too. So that's it. That makes it official. So at TakeOver, for the third time and to end the trilogy, Eli Drake and Cameron Grimes for the $1 million title. And if Cameron loses, then Ted DiBiase becomes the $1 million butler, if you will. I don't think it's gonna happen. Cameron's gonna win. He has to win. He has to if they want to kick him to the moon. And then Ted DiBiase as his manager. And I called this months ago. With Cameron with his new gimmick, the situation, trying to be basically a rip off of Money Matt Hardy, doing it way better than Matt Hardy's did it back then. Even though he got his dick sucked in a promo by Reby Sky. It is weird. I was hoping that Eli would kind of emulate that, and they'll show him like a woman going like this and everything, basically blowing them and everything. It is what it is. Well, I guess I know. So I'm thinking that Cameron's gonna get the win. He's gonna get the belt. Ted DiBiase is probably going to be caught. Maybe get another rematch down the line, either on NXT TV or TakeOver 37. See what happens with that. But this segment was pretty damn good. I gave it 5 stars. I'm gonna see what's at 36 for the $1 million title, and hopefully Cameron wins. And that's all I gotta say about that. And we'll move on from there. After that, we get a Dolan. We all know her as Priscilla. So finally, we see the promo. Oh, that's nice for Gigi, for Priscilla Dolan. Anyway, she says, "Well, cutting the blooms off black roses." She's doing a promo and basically cutting the blooms off the black. Basically, she said this is not just a job or a 9 to 5. It is for Ember, Io, or the other ladies. So basically, she said she's going to run through NXT, and she's not doing it alone. So we'll see what happens with that. Now we all know that Priscilla Kelly is teaming up with Mandy Rose and who's the other chick? I didn't even think of a freaking name. Her I don't remember her name. But anyway, yeah. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. And we see a tweet from Mandy after this match, congratulating her on the win because this was a squash match, 2 minute suck fest. Priscilla Kelly against an NXT developmental star named Amari Miller. Oh, JC Jane. Okay. So Dawn JC Jane with her. It sounds like a porno girl's name, porno star's name. JC Jane. And the Three Musketeers. Or something like that. I don't know. Or the Three Dickateers. I don't know. That's why JC Jane sounds like a porno name. So is Gigi Dolan. Sounds like a stripper name, but it is what it is. Anyway, can't go wrong with that. Anyway, so yeah, so Gigi comes out with JC Jane to her Marilyn Manson-like theme song. So anyway, they lock up. Gigi's in control. Then they go back and forth for a little bit. Gigi shows Miller away. Miller comes back with a waist lock. Gigi backs back elbows out, but gets set down hard by Ms. Miller with a neck breaker. So we got a little bit of moves in. It's a squash match. Typical jobber match. The jobber's getting a little bit of offense. It is what it is. Gigi turns around, snaps Miller's arm back against the bottom rope. Ow. But Miller fights back, but gets cut off. Sends the ropes into a short arm forearm. So instead of 5 times fast. Short arm forearm. And then another one. A 1925, a little stretch. And she kind of falls into that. Kind of a weird finisher. But she gets the win out of that. And that's it. So typical squash match. I gave 1.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. But at least, now we're kind of starting to get, the other people that we don't see on NXT that much. Gigi Dolan, Priscilla Kelly, we see Jane. We're going to eventually see Mandy Rose join that group. Hey, and all the other girls from NXT. We'll see what happens. So like I said, jobber match, quickie bathroom break, 2 minutes, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So like I said, 1.5 out of 5 stars. All right. Then we get reminded of the face between Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. That's coming up soon. All right, but we get to the second segment with Index. Going very first date. They go to Fresco's. Another Italian restaurant called Fresco's. I don't even know the actual place. Probably is. So Indy orders from, like I mentioned. So Indy orders some basically like Italian seafood with contenders, and then Indy's like, "Oh, you're gonna love the chicken Tuesday, Dexter." Then we hear Johnny Gargano speaking over a walkie-talkie, and then she goes over to the table and then lifts the menu, and we see Candice like talking through a walkie-talkie, obviously to Johnny Gargano. So Candice like, "Oh, Indy, I didn't know you go here." 10-4. She grabs it and says, "Leave us alone." Then she walks off. It's like, "Pick this up. We get out of here. Abort!" So that's that. So the first attempt at a cop block does not work, and that's all I can say about that. So I give that 2.5 happens. They get their dinner and dessert. Maybe Indy will get her dessert, if you know what I mean. But we'll see what happens with that. All right, then we go back to the Capitol Wrestling Center. We see a podium in the ring, and we see a bunch of security guards in there. I don't know if Scott Steiner's nephew was there or Rick Steiner's son was there last week. He got beat up by Samoa Joe. But anyway, Mr. Regal's there with them. He says, now 11 days, it will be the undisputed finale between Baby and Kyle O'Reilly. Calls them both to the ring. They go to the ring, and they get they stand on opposite sides. They wanted to beat the shit out of each other. But Regal tried to, kept it civil. He says that Cole O'Reilly 3 won't be a regular match, won't be a hardcore match like the second one, well, the first one, then the second one, was a straight up match, and Adam Cole won that. But the third match in this trilogy will be a 2 out of 3 falls match, and interesting and more interesting, each man can pick stipulation for the first and second fall, and if it does go to third fall, and it will stipulation if possible, if it's needed. That's kind of cool. So it's interesting. 2 out of 3 falls match. All right, so Kyle goes first. Says the only reason that I'm not ripping your head off, Adam, is because I respect Mr. Regal. Adam's like, yeah, sure. So he says he had a lot of ideas for matches, crazy matches. Bucks lost at the Great American Bash, still sticking in, because he lost. So since I lost straight up, my stipulation straight up have a regular wrestling match, straight up or submission. He says that losing a wrestling match to Adam will destroy him. So Cole straight up match. Are you delusional? And he's basically saying, I'm better than you, and you know it, kind of stuff like that. Points out that I beat you straight up at the Great American Bash, dudes, and we want to do this again. I'll do it again. So he says, I'm gonna beat you fair and square. You're clinging to that little fake win, and Excalibur basically, wasn't a match. It was unsanctioned. He says that a couple weeks ago, Kyle smashed his skull into the steps. They both want the same thing. So Adam's stipulation for the second fall is a street fight, no disqualification. And he says, don't worry about the third fall, whatever that's going to be, because I'm going to beat you 2 falls. He probably could, but I think he's going 3 falls. That's all I'm going to say. So anyway, Cal says, I smashed your head into the steps because, because that's what you did to me with the brain buster on the steps. He tells Adam, you're asking for it, and knows what a big human pile of garbage, has done for you. He thought he could be a decent guy and succeed, but his priorities are straight now, and he'll do anything to put Adam down for good. And he basically said now he's the most dangerous man that Adam has ever faced. So Adam's like, yeah, bullshit. Tells Kyle, I have been, following 15 years since 2000 when they started in Ring of Honor. I've been riding my coattails ever since. I said it before and I'll say it again, Kyle. You will never be Adam Cole, baby. Like, no one's ever the biggest star in NXT history. And nobody will be that. That's kind of true. He tells Kyle, you're a footnote in my career. You're soft. And he's like, you don't have that killer instinct. So Ryan's like, I don't have my killer instinct. So shaking off his. Go if you jack it out, Kyle. You got some balls on you, Kyle. It's like, come on, Kyle, come on. So you know what happens next? They get into a big, humongous brawl, and security breaks it up. Regal's like, I knew this was gonna happen. Blah blah. So they kind of settle things a little bit, and then Regal's like, I've decided the third stipulation. The third fall stipulation will be, if needed, it's gonna be in a cage, brother. That's it. So match, street fight, and a cage to for their match at Takeover, and it's going to be a slobber knocker. Takeover is probably going to be the best show this month. SummerSlam's going to suck. I'll tell that right now. We got 2 good matches: Bianca and Sasha, and Edge and Seth Rollins. That's it. Everything else is garbage. It is. So I think Takeover will be the show of that weekend. We'll see what happens with that. Ring of Honor is doing Glory by Honor night 1 and 2. That's gonna get swallowed up, but it is what it is. That's that for that for next weekend, and the weekend after that is the NWA weekend, NWA Empower, which I think is Friday night with that all women show, um, directed by Mickey James and everything like that. We're gonna have Camille, defending the NWA women's title against Layla Hirsch. Um, Dion Peralzo Impact Knockouts Championship against the lovely Melina. Yes, Melina. Yes. I think Allison Kay is gonna be on the show. Some other stars, some other people. Some from Ring of Honor as well from the women's division will be there too. Then the next night is NWA 73, where I don't even know the matches for that show. I think Nick Aldis is going to defend his title, which is basically going on his third year now. It's over 1,000 days. He's like very close to 1,025 days now. Good luck. But probably defend the title against I don't know who. I win with a second Nick Aldis. It is what it is. I mean, he's starting to become, a Hogan. Remember Hogan held the WWF title for 5 damn years. It is what it is. I'm getting close to 3 years, like Jay Briscoe had, and Samoa Joe had basically a 2-year reign in Ring of Honor. But sometimes you gotta give somebody else the belt there, dude. So hopefully Nick Aldis finally loses the belt, but he probably won't because he's sick. I'm giving up the belt. Call me Groven. Doesn't matter. Dude, you'll probably get it right back anyway. I mean, you got so many people in your stable. Forget the other guy from Nick Aldis at this point. I really don't. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't even watch Power. I mean, there's highlight. I mean, they have the YouTube show and they just show highlights and that's it. I'm like, what a waste. Like that. Remember when they used to do Power? They had it on for like an hour, almost 2 hours on YouTube. I don't know why they took that off. I think that's YouTube's fault, or maybe Billy Corgan's fault. I don't know. But yeah, so the rest of this month is gonna be some great action and stuff. Actually, this weekend is the New Japan show Resurgence. I cannot wait for that. Gonna be good stuff. August the 14th, New Japan Resurgence from Los Angeles, California. We got Hiroshi Tanahashi going for the United States belt against the Murder Hawk, Lance Archer. Everybody dies! Also, we got the Never Openweight Championship being defended as we have the Switchblade. Jay White defending against David Finlay. I think that's it. I don't even know the rest of the card. I'm not gonna review it. I'm gonna watch it, but I probably will not review it. I'll probably talk about it maybe on Sunday if I have some time to myself. Have some extra time on StreamYard. Maybe I'll do a stream on TC Reborn, just talking a little shit about Resurgence and New Japan before because the G1's coming up next. Can't wait for that. And then Wrestling Grand Slam at the Tokyo Dome. So some good shit coming in the next few weeks and going into next month. With AEW All Out. I've got AEW Rampage this Friday, the debut. Next Friday in Chicago with the first dance, possibly the debut of that guy named Phil Brooks, CM Punk, but we don't know. We don't even know if it's going to happen or not. I'm hoping it does, so, SmackDown could get a really bad rating. I mean, AEW Rampage to do, beat SmackDown on the rings. I know it's not going to happen, but you never know. I'm hoping Punk's there, but I'm thinking Punk's going to be at All Out. I really do. So maybe they'll tease it. Maybe on Rampage they kind of tease, or they tease. The lights go out, and then maybe Punk's on like Tron. He's like, "Hi, I'm CM Punk. Hi, how you doing? My name's Phil." And then maybe he challenges Darby Allin to a match at All Out. Because, Darby did make kind of tease and say, I want to face, it's like, I'll face anybody, even if you're the best in the world. So why not Darby and CM Punk at All Out? Punk's first match in 7 goddamn years. That's what I would do. But I'm not the booker. I'm just a schmuck from Jersey who laid a humongously stinky fart. Holy shit. My fart stunk so bad, the fucking wrestling cat almost died. It is what it is. Anyway, all right, we go back to NXT. So, all right, so Kyle O'Reilly frees falls match. First fall straight up, pinfall submission. Second, no DQ, and if needed, if it goes to a third fall, it will be in a steel cage, brother. And right now, this could be Adam Cole's final match in NXT. There's so many things going on with him that they're saying that Adam Cole signed a $1 million deal to stay in WWE. But then it's saying that, Vince has called the writers from Raw and SmackDown to start thinking of ideas for Adam. Probably shitty ideas. Adam still might go to AEW or go to Japan, go back to Ring of Honor, maybe even go to Japan. I guess we're going to have to find out in the next 11, 12 days what's going to happen with Adam Cole, baby. But it's not a loser leaves NXT match, which we all thought was going to be. But unless they say something next week about that, it's like, we changed the stipulation. No, the third fall will be decided, and the loser of the fall leaves NXT. But I don't know if that's going to happen. But so I think Adam Cole will still lose to Kyle, but then that'll be the last time we see him in NXT because he'll probably be on the main roster. But then again, he's not leaving NXT. Storyline wise, he can always go back to NXT. So I guess we're gonna have to see what happens with that. But this segment was awesome. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens, next week on the program with Adam and Kyle, leading into the 2 out of 3 falls match that ends trilogy, and has been pretty damn good. About that. All right, we'll move on from there. All right, after that, we get a promo from Toothless Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer. They talk about how Pete fucking Boy Lorcan have been feuding with the last couple weeks. They talk about them needing help in the form of Ridge Holland. We saw a few weeks ago his match with Ikemen Jiro last week. We basically killed him. So Ciampa's talking, and he says that they need Ridge, and I get it. Ridge is not Toothless Timothy Thatcher. He's not even him. You're not Timmy. You're certainly not me, there, Ridge Holland. He says they travel the world. He traveled and excelled and defined everything that is good, just and pure about this history. Then he tells Ridge Holland, if you want to make a name at our expense, let's party. So he's like, it's like, how about you in a match, whenever that may be, maybe next week, I don't know, or I guess, I doubt it will be on at TakeOver. So then Timmy's like, now, sir, if you will, I got this. How about me? So Ciampa, he gets up, throws the chairs, like, fuck. So he actually like, class is in session. So it looks like we're going to get Ridge Holland and Tim Thatcher in a match coming up. And was not a happy camper. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. Pretty good price. And that's that. All right. After that, we go to a vignette for MSK, Nash Carter and Wes Lee, the tag team champions. And well, we see Imperium first, and then MSK cuts in, like, how Imperium cut into their little from about a week or so when we were about to tell Mackenzie Mitchell what MSK means. We all know what it means, Mid-South Kids, but it is what it is. So they cut into the by Imperium. They start mocking them. They start, they do like a parody of them, and then they start laughing and everything. Blah blah blah. Nash says that I heard BS about their two title reigns they've had, which were basically meaningless, and even the UK championship, which was, I don't even think that was meaningless. That was pretty good. So Wesley says that they're the IV drip injecting life into the tag team division. There is no tag team division, not that much. Besides them and Legado, and well, there is a tag team division. I take that back. Pretty just teams, but we don't have haven't had matches yet. Anyway, so it's like we're injecting life back into the tag team division. So they tell him, if you want them, let us know because we're finding champions. And then we find out later from McKinney, next week is Title Tuesday, not Tuesday, but Title Tuesday, as we'll have MSK defending the belts against Imperium. That should be good. We'll that the Cruiserweight Championship be on the line, as we'll defend the Cruiserweight belt against, well, basically the Diamond Mine's only member, next to Malcolm Bivens, Roderick Strong. That should be good. I think Roddy won the belt, hopefully, but we'll see what happens with that. All right, so I gave the MSK promo 2.25 out of 5 stars, and we'll move on from there. All right. After that, we go to the semifinals of the NXT Breakout Tournament. We have the final, the second match in the final of the semifinals, and the winner of that goes on to I think Takeover, or the week after Takeover, the episode Takeover on the to see who is the NXT Breakout Star. Anyway, so we get the first bracket of the semifinals. We got Odyssey Jones, who won his on Trey Baxter this week, which sucked. Here's what it is. Match was alright. Almost went 3 minutes. They sized each other up. I mean, Jones is a big fat man. Just a little midget. He tries to dodge, gets picked up, slides down for a 1923 roll up. That doesn't work. He gets shoved away. Jones then tells him, "Come on!" And Baxter's like, "Okay." He hits a forearm, does some kicks and some strikes, but Jones picks him up, press slams him across the ring. Damn. But Baxter is out on the apron, gets a kick to Mr. Jones' head, but then Jones throws him out in the ring. But Baxter comes back, locks in a 1925 sleeper, and it's locked in. Jones throws him off, grabs his foot. Baxter gets about half of an insecure. He didn't get all of it, but he got the second one on the second try. Not really a botch, but it is what it is. Then he starts targeting the leg of Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones! By Counting Crows. He targets the leg with a couple drop kicks and then a DDT. Baxter kind of falls awkwardly. He's like, ugh. And a pin for a near fall. Goes up top, but Jones, but he missed Jones. Jones with a big splash in the slam. I think it was like a body slam or some type of slam. 1, 2, 3. Odyssey Jones picks up the win, and he is now in the finals of the NXT Breakout Tournament. He will face either Duke Hudson or Carmelo Hayes, Christian Casanova, and we'll see who wins that. I'm thinking at this point, I think it's going to be Duke Hudson getting the win next week. And then Odyssey Jones versus Duke Hudson in the finals. That's what I think. If it is, we'll probably have Duke Hudson. I have a feeling that Duke Hudson is going to be the breakout star. Probably get an NXT North American title shot, maybe against Swerve Scott. I don't know. That's probably it. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But it was a match. He gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. With that, and then afterwards, I haven't seen this woman before. She does the NXT exclusive interviews. Samantha Irvin, no relation to the Crocodile Hunter Irvin, I don't think. She interviews him after the match. I asked him about being in the finals. Jones gives the NXT Universe NXT Universe gets a big cheap pop. He says he's so excited to punch his ticket to the finals and finally break out for the entire world to see. Then he does his best, Ernest the Cat Miller impersonation and says, "I'm gonna shut up my mama." So he shout out to your mama there, Odyssey Jones. She's probably a nice lady. But it is what it is. So happens next week in the finals of the breakout tournament. Oh, it is next week. I forgot. No, I forgot about next week, dude. That's next week. So Odyssey Jones will either the week after. I keep next week. I don't know why. Reading too far ahead. So Odyssey Jones will take on either Carmelo or Duke Hudson in the finals of the breakout tournament, and what happens with that. I like this breakout tournament. Kind of reminds me of the Ring of Honor Survivor of the Fittest tournament. A little bit, not totally like the Survival of the Fittest tournament that Ring of Honor has had since it's basically its infancy. But they do it differently because some of the matches, they have this like tournament and they have like one-on-one matches, and sometimes they have like triple threat matches, tag team matches, or they just kind of mix it up a little bit. And then in the end, they have a big, humongous battle royal, and then the winner, wins Survival of the Fittest, and they get a title shot of their choosing, which we all know Adam Cole maybe won one year. I think Jay Briscoe won a year. I think Michael Elgin won. Speaking of Michael Elgin, what the fuck happened to him? Anybody see that thing on Twitter where he did a video and he's like, he talks about, I think, his ex-wife, Mischief, and he talks about the kid, and he talks about, I think, his current wife or girlfriend. I think her name was Alex or something like that. And then he's like, he starts talking about his mama, and then he's like, goodbye. And then he says goodbye, and everybody went nuts, like everybody on Twitter was going nuts, like is Michael Elgin committing suicide? What the fuck is going on? Right? And then we find out, thankfully, he did not kill himself. But he's got fucking problems, dude. Go see a fucking doctor, dude. I mean, we don't need another death in fucking wrestling, especially with a guy like Michael Elgin, who's basically, his career was so big in Ring of Honor, former champion, former, world champion. He fought in Japan. He's won championships there in Japan. I think he won the TV title. I'm not sure. Not the TV title in Japan. I think he won. I'm talking about Ring of Honor. I know he won the world title. Then he was in the House of Truth with Roddy. Blah blah blah. There's some good matches in Ring of Honor and some in New Japan as well. He was also in Impact. He was also the champion, I think, in Impact as well. Then after that, the whole Me Too movement came, and then they had all the allegations of, sexual abuse and shit. And then his career just went down the drain. And now, he was stalking, I think he was stalking Mischief, or was stalking somebody. And he was just going in a really downward spiral. And then this video comes up that, it looked like it was a suicide note video. And we all thought that people were thinking that Michael Elgin was about to commit suicide, but thankfully he didn't. But all I gotta say to Michael Elgin is go get some fucking help, dude. I think you have some mental problems. I think you need to go get some help, man. Really, please go get some help, Michael. Please, for your sake and for your baby's sake, and for just for your baby's sake. I know you have a baby with Mischief and everything, but I mean, come on, don't want to kill yourself, and then leave your precious baby behind. Doesn't know who, doesn't have her. I think he has a boy or girl. Doesn't have their father anymore because they did something stupid, by fucking blowing their brains out or something like that. So, Michael Elgin, please get help. My prayers go out to you. That's all I got to say about that. We'll move on from there. All right, so NXT, Odyssey Jones goes into the finals of the breakout tournament, and who's the challenger will be Hayes or Duke Hudson, and that might be next week. So I gave that that match 2.25 out of, and we'll move on from there. All right. Then we see a little thing of for Tianxia, who's basically now Boa, and creepy little woman Mei Ying, who's carrying Q, by the way. Xia Li is out with an injury, from what happened with her and Raquel Gonzalez weeks ago. So I don't know when back. I mean, she picture on Instagram. She was in the pool. She looks okay, but I don't know what. I really don't know what happened, but we'll see. She probably got written off or something. I don't know. All right. So anyway, after that, like I mentioned this already, Mackenzie's outside Regal's office. Mackenzie's title Tuesday. Actually, Kushida walked out of the room. Then Malcolm Bivens comes out, gives some cards to the security guard. I don't know what that card was. So we're going to announce that next week for the tag team belts. Like I said, Imperium versus MSK, and for the cruiserweight belt, Kushida versus Roddy. So going to be 2 big matches next week on Title Tuesday, and that's it. And maybe after that they go to tacos. They go get some tacos. So every Tuesday it's a Taco Tuesday. I wish I had a taco, but then I don't. Taco Bell around. It is. All right. Then we see Mo congratulating Gigi on her win on Twitter. She's like, oh, I did that. Just take some credit. Really don't. Just what it is. All right. After that, we go to, and this is his first official match. I think I might be wrong. He's taking on a good buddy, Rockstar Spud Love. Hello, now, Madam Carter. What are you doing in Madam Carter? He's taking on Drake Maverick, and it was an match. They went back and forth for a little bit. I'm gonna go into the how much time do I got here? Oh, I got enough time. This is my first video. Okay, let's go. So Bo comes in with a kick to Drake, who charged in at the start. So beat the crap out of Drake. Drake dives a kick in the corner, leads in some kicks of his own. Bo with a throat shot. Then he goes in, but Drake gets a foot up, goes to the knee. But Bo with a Shote palm strike to the chest. Oh, like a Mortal Kombat type move. Then stomp the Drake's head. Then he traps Drake's hand, kick to the chest and the side. He really knows that those are martial arts. Picks Drake up, slams him right back down. Tries to go for it again, but Drake gets on Bo's shoulder, hits a Hurricane Rana. Then he comes off the ropes with a low drop kick. Then another one, which sends Boa to the outside. Drake goes up top and leans down onto Boa on the floor. I don't know how he leaned down. I don't know what happened anyway. Ref is counting. Boa gets in. I don't know. He gets in the ring. Drake grabs his leg, slams it down. Then he turns around and Mei Ying does her best, great Buddha impersonation with that creepy makeup she has. Right into the eyes of Maverick. I don't know. I think it was smoke mist or a black mist. I don't know. Which we all know. If you follow Muda's career, green mist, red mist, yellow mist. I think they said the red mist was the most dangerous one. I think the red or the black one. I think it was. I don't remember, but anyway, Mei Ying blows like smoke or something in Drake's eyes. Drake's like, oh my God. Maverick then somehow gets in the ring, even though he's blinded, semi-blinded. Bo with like a weird roundhouse kick. 1, 2, 3. That's it. So thanks for coming there, Drake Maverick. So Boa gets his first, I believe it was his first official NXT. Ying Tianxia continues to wreak havoc in NXT. So this match I gave 2 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much all I got. All right. What's about? We go to the final segment on Indy Hartwell and Dexter's first date. Back to the restaurant. Indy's still doing all the talk. Shit. So Indy's like, ooh, dessert. Let's get some dessert. So then we see some weird waiter. You like some something, Would you like some Pepe Le Pew, So Indy knows who's like, she figures out the accent. She looks up and is like, damn it, Johnny! tears off the disguise, rips off his fake beard and everything. So John's like, I'm taking you home. This is it. We're done. Get at it. We're going home. So starts fighting over Indy for the cake. The cake smashes right into Dexter's face. I think it was pie. I don't know what kind of pie. Not Poo-Tang pie. I guess, well, if it was pie, then Dexter, he didn't get the pie that he wanted, but it is what it is. But he got pie in the face. And then John's like, oh, get out of here. I gotta get out of here. So he leaves, and Dexter has the cream of the pie on his face. He says, I always have room for dessert. So she licks it off and goes, puts the cream in her mouth. I guess she's done that before. Then they go to kiss, and he's like, they go, and then we don't really see him kiss. So it's like, you don't get to see this. You might have sex in the freaking restaurant. Who knows? So the Index saga begins, and it ends with a goodnight kiss, I guess, or a kiss. That's it. So the first date was pretty good, and if we get any more with Indy and Dexter Lumis, are we able to talk? I bet he talks when they get married, because when things like this happen, a love story happens. Eventually they're gonna get married. Probably get married at NXT or maybe at Takeover. You know how those end. There's never been a wedding in the WWE that basically hasn't ended in disaster, except for one, and that was Bertha Faye and Uncle Earl back in the late WWF days. That was the only wedding that actually went on and nothing happened. Every other wedding that we've seen has turned out really, really, really bad. Agent Lita, Agent Vicky Guerrero, Daniel Bryan and AJ. Remember that one? Kane and Lito. Remember that one? You don't remember that one? Was it? No. Yeah, I think it was it Kane and Lito? Or was it Agent Lita? I think it was Kane and Lita. I think it was Kane and Lita. They had they got married and something happened. I think it was Bischoff ruined it. Or somebody ruined. Macho Man and Elizabeth. I mean, the one we all know, the match made in heaven. That got ruined by Jake and the Undertaker with the big snake in the thing. We had that. Miro and Lana, their marriage celebration got ruined by Bobby Lashley. Even in AEW, they had Pally Ford and Kip Sabian. Their wedding ruined by the best friends and everything. I don't think in Impact we had a Chelsea Green, Brooks and Soto, now we don't know him as the Blade. That got ruined by basically got ruined by Brandon Sutter, what was his name? Pepper Parks basically saying, "I'm not marrying you." I was like, "I love Allie," and Allie and Parks are they're really married in real life. They ruined that wedding. They beat up, Drake they beat up Rockstar Spud. They beat up Mike Bennett, and then and Sienna, Allison Kay, they beat them all up and everything. And then at the end, Pepper Parks and Allie kiss, and that's it. So that wedding got ruined. So I could definitely tell you that we're probably gonna see another wedding in wrestling. Fake wedding should fake Hunter and Stephanie going to Vegas and getting married and everything. Billy and Chuck, remember them when they got married? That was kind of stupid. Oh. And now I think he and Dexter are gonna get married, and it's gonna end in disaster. I have a feeling, because as we all know, weddings in wrestling always end in disaster. Absolutely. Even in real life. It was. I've been married for 8 years to the fucking Bowling Rosa, but not gonna end anytime soon. So that's all I gotta say about that. All right, so we got the first date, and almost got ruined by Dexter. Candace and Candace and Johnny. Then it ends with a kiss. That's all I gotta say about that. I think it's leading to maybe a mixed tag team match between Indy and Dexter against Johnny and Candace. I think Johnny and Candace gonna win that. They've tagged together for like years. I mean, they're married and everything. But Indy and Dexter, never team up, so I think they're gonna lose. But it is what it is, and that's all I gotta say about that. And we'll move on. So we get a Target Takeover segment, basically hyping the Samoa Joe Killer Cross match at NXT Takeover 36. I like these segments. So they're kind of like the prime segment or whatever they call it. They hype the big time matches and stuff. This was a great vignette hyping up the over the last couple weeks with Joe and Cross, and that's it. And basically that was a setup to what for next week, as Samoa Joe and Cross will meet in the ring face to face. That should be good, and it's probably gonna end in a humongous brawl. And that's all I gotta say about that. So the vignette was great. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars, and we'll move on from there. All right, after that, we get a Ilya Dragunov vignette. If you don't know who he is, now you know. And his match with Pete fucking Dunne is coming up next. But then we get a recap of for next week, MSK versus Imperium for the tag belts. Roddy versus Kushida for the Cruiserweight belt. Oh, that gets a vignette. The tag titles gets a vignette. So they're calling it NXT Title Tuesday. No, not Taco Tuesday or Tuesday Night Terror or whatever. But that's going to be it for next week, and it should be some good stuff. And we'll see. Right? The Go Home show right before TakeOver is next Tuesday, and that's it. All right, so we got that. All right, check here. All right, check the time. Okay, we can go a couple minutes. Almost done. All right, so we go to the main event. Ilya Dragunov versus Pete fucking Dunne. This was amazing. This match. Went back and forth, the crap out of each other. They lock up. Dunne gets Ilya down to the mat. Dragunov rolls out of it. Gets taken down again by Dunne. Another rollout, and he applies like a headlock or some type of lock on Dunne. Then we get some counter wrestling from just like a technical match. It was a great technical wrestling match. Dunne tries to snap the fingers of Mr. Dragunov, but Ilya slips out of it. He ducks and takes Pete down with a waist lock. Dunne gets him up and heel hooks him to the mat, jamming a foot in the back of Ilya's knee for a submission. Fights out of it, gets put in a headlock. He reverses it. They go back and forth. Ilya then hits a big time clothesline, goes for the German suplex, but Dunne flips out of it. Dunne then hits Dunne with a clothesline, and Ilya does the Matrix move. He thinks he's freaking Trish Stratus of all people. He takes Dunne down, goes off the top for a near fall with a move off the top for a near fall. He gets up again, runs up to meet him, starts working over his hand, but Ilya knocks him down, goes off the top, but Dunne with an uppercut mid-dive. Ouch. And then Ilya gets out of the ring as we go to picture-in-picture. And while we're in picture-in-picture, Dunne's in control. Starts to continue to go over Dragunov with some mistakes. Then we come back to live action. Dunne's working over the left shoulder. Goes to work over him for a while. Was fighting back. It takes Dunne down, but Pete coming in and hyperextends the elbow. Ooh, that wouldn't be good before the title match. Hyperextend that elbow. Ouch. Ilya goes off the ropes. Hits a big time clothesline again. He gets some momentum going for himself. Hits some big elbows. A suplex for 2.5. Dunne fights back. Hits a big clothesline, but Ilya drops him. Hits a senton before Pete goes into an armbar. Ilya rolls out of it. Lays in some elbow strikes, followed by Dunne countering it with some knee strikes. They went back. They were killing each other. It was cool. Dunne goes to the armbar again, but Ilya rolls out, but right into the triangle choke. Ilya breaks it, but a knee to the nose, and Dunne locks it in again. Ilya picks him up and drops him down with a falls into a cover for a near fall. Then he, with a waist lock, picks Dunn up with some manipulation to get out of it, like bending the. Oh, it's just nasty. To get out of it. Then he kicks Ilya in the back. Ilya gets sent into the ropes, spins in, but his hand is like, oh, I can't use my hand's like, my hand betrayed me. Anyway, Dunn grabs him in a waist lock. Then they go back. They go lots more counter wrestling. It was just great match. This was. Dunn tries to lock in the armbar, but Ilya rolls through. Hits a bridging German suplex for a fall. Goes up top. Hits the senton splash on Pete Dunne. He gets up. And he prepares for I guess. Then we hear the music of Imperium, and then we see Walter, the NXT UK champion. He comes down to the ring. That kind of threw Ilya off a little bit. He throws Dunn out, starts staring at Walter. He's like, Walter. But the match is still going on. Dunn attacks from behind. Ilya stops him briefly, but Pete with an uppercut. Then he hits the bitter end. 1, 2, 3. So Pete fucking Dunn gets the win in almost a 14.5-minute match. Great match. 4 out of 5 stars. I loved it. It was great from these 2 UK stars. I think both of them big champions. And that's that. So 4 out of 5 stars for that. Afterwards, Walter goes to the ring and wants to deliver a message to his opponent, Mr. Dragunov. But Ilya counters, sends Walter out of the ring, and then Walter just stares at him, and he holds up the NXT title. So it's like, this is my title, Walter Poopy. No. So Walter holds a belt, and NXT fades to black. That's it. Great ending. Great match. Pretty decent ending. Hyping Walter and Ilya Dragunov. We started an amazing match. The whole card looks fucking amazing. NXT title match. Ilya Dragunov. I don't know. That might steal the show. That might be the match of the night in my eyes. Joe and Cross. That's gonna be a barn burner match. O'Reilly 3. 2 out of 3 falls. That'd probably be either the match of the night or pretty much match of the night number 2. Probably like 1A maybe. I don't know. That's gonna be awesome. What else? What else? Eli and Karen for doing the title. And what else am I missing? Oh, the NXT Women's Championship with Kel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. So should be a pretty good takeover. I think it's gonna be, last takeover, wasn't really that good. Takeover Stand and Deliver. Well, night 2 I think was better than night 1 was. That's just my opinion. That was Takeover 34, 35, I should say. But I think Takeover 36 is gonna get back to, being a good show, and hopefully NXT gets its act together. And I think it's only been maybe a couple of takeovers that haven't been that great. I think 34, I should say, man. But 35 was, 2 nights because they did it with WrestleMania and everything. So that was, night 1 was kind of meh. Night 2 I think was better in my eyes, but it is what it is. And I think 36 is going to be another one in the book. Great NXT takeovers in their history. And that's it. From top to bottom, that card is stacked. It's great. It's going to be an awesome fucking show. All right, so that's it for NXT. And we'll see what happens next week on Title Tuesday. The go home show before NXT Takeover 36 next Sunday at the Capitol Wrestling Center, and we'll see what happens with that. Like I said, we got Kushida and Roddy for the cruiserweight title. Then we got MSK and Imperium for the tag belts. We got the Duke Hudson and Carmelo Hayes in the breakout tournament. We got Samoa Joe and Killer Cross face to face. So it should be a pretty interesting, good show next week for the go home show. And then we'll see what happens at TakeOver next Sunday. I think that's going to be a great show. So we'll see what happens. I think NXT will. I think the ratings for tonight's show. I think it'll be a little bit higher this week because they're now they're back live. They're on the USA Network. I think the ratings can go a little bit up That's all I gotta say about that. Speaking of ratings, really quickly, the Raw rating came in and, well, didn't do so good. Went down a little bit. Last week they did a 1.8. This week they did a 1.79. So really close to a 1.8 again. But still kind of went down a little bit, even though the show was garbage last night. But, it is what it is. That's basically what they've been doing the past year or so, between a 1.4 and I think at best a 2.2. That's it. But WWE's basically garbage right now. It is what it is. It's hanging on by a thread right now. But it is what it is. That's all I gotta say. Pretty much I gotta say about that. All right, so that's it. Once again, 6.5 out of 10 stars for NXT. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments section. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. Hit the dislike button. I don't really give a shit what you do, because if you dislike, you're just a bunch of nobodies, and we don't really care. That's all it is. Free views. Thank you for the dislikes, the free views, and that's all I gotta say about that. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Let's get these channels up and going a little bit more, hopefully. But it is what it is. But so subscribe to my channel down below, and all my other channels down below as well. Check out my videos. The videos all in the description box. My rant about Mr. Irrelevant. That guy on the PG Rants channel. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up. We're already climbing up there the last couple of hours. So hopefully we can get that baby up like my dick in your mama's ass. So check out that video on the PG Rants channel. Give it a like, give it a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down. I really don't care. Also check out Chase's video, his stream earlier this evening. Link down below. Hiroshi Mario's stream, and with the Ambiguous Bastards. Check that out on his channel. Link down below. And also my good buddy Fan of YouTube's video, that warning shot video for Mr. Irrelevant. Check it out. Links are all down in the description box. Give him a like, give him a thumbs up, subscribe to the channels, subscribe to my channel as well. And that's basically it for that. All right, so that's it. Thank you all for watching on this late Tuesday night. It's 2:30 here in the Northeast. I'm probably going to edit this up and probably go to bed. Or I might stay up for maybe half hour to an hour, maybe watching a late movie or something. I don't know. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's pretty much it. So thank you all for watching this video. Tomorrow I'll be back once again with my my AEW review, as AEW hits Pittsburgh, Britt Baker's hometown, tomorrow night for Dynamite. And we'll see what happens with that. Got some interesting stuff on the show. Tomorrow night we got the Good Brothers defending for the first time in AEW history, defending the Impact Tag Team Championships against, I believe, they're facing the Dark Order, the Super Smash Brothers, Stu Grayson and Evil Uno. They're gonna be taking on them for the Impact Tag Team belts. But the Elite, they're all in action. Kenny and the Bucks will be in action as they take on Dante Martin and the Seidel brothers. Whoop-de-damn, freaking new on that one. We'll see what happens with more. We'll see what happens with Kenny and Mr. Hangman Adam Page. Maybe we'll get more and more as we go into All Out. We're about 3 weeks away from All Out. Maybe some matches will be announced. We don't know yet. We know it's in Chicago. We just don't know what the matches will be yet. We even know Kenny's opponent right now. That's that. I think this weekend is Triple Mania, and Kenny's defending the Triple A Mega Championship against Andrade. See if he loses that belt and or he wins and keeps going on this belt collector gimmick he's doing. I don't even know if he's gonna get any more belts and try to be like an Ultimate Dragon or an Austin Aries and win every goddamn belt like the Hardys, won all the tag team belts except for the New Japan belt. But it is what it is. So I don't know. But I would not be surprised if Andrade wins the AAA championship. I mean, really, Kenny doesn't need that belt. But it is what it is. I think I would hope Kenny goes to Ring of Honor, wins that belt from Bandito or Rouge or whoever, whoever has that belt at this point, wins that belt, then goes to New Japan, wins the IWGP Heavyweight Championship for a second time. Maybe we'll have matches with Okada and Ibushi. Maybe the dream match we've all been waiting for. Him and Ibushi go at it. But I don't know. That might be next year at this point. Who knows? But no, the forbidden door is open, so we don't know if it's just Kenny's gonna walk through. We'll see those matches, but it is what it is. But yeah, this weekend we got some interesting events. Like I said, the New Japan show is a big one. The Resurgence event in Los Angeles, California. Tanahashi versus Lance Archer for the U.S. belt. Jay White defending the never openweight title against David Finlay. Some more matches on the card. That's on pay-per-view. You can watch it on Saturday night. Well, I'm gonna be watching the Jets Giants game, so I'll probably have to watch Resurgence on the replay. So I might talk about it on maybe late Sunday night when I get home from seeing my parents on the 15th on this Sunday. So I'll probably talk about that later. I might do a Sunday stream. I don't know yet, depending how tired I am. But we'll see what happens with that. And yeah, that's basically it. So that's it. Thank you all for watching. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow night with my AEW review for Dynamite. And then that'll be it for that. And then probably Thursday, I'll probably take a day off Thursday unless something happens in the world of wrestling or music, or maybe in this great community called the WC. But there's lots of stuff going on. I mean, we declared war. I mean, the good old YWC war continues with Mr. Irrelevant and company. The war is now on. So it's going to be, got like 3 weeks left of summer, because the summer ends on, unofficially on Labor Day. So we got 3 weeks of summer, but then we got 4.5 weeks of summer left. So the summer of 2021 for the YWC is going to be a barn burner. I can tell you that right now. The war is on, ladies and gentlemen, between the good guys versus the e-begging pedophiles that we all know. Basically those two guys, and maybe a couple of, and then they're fickle, dick riding supporters. And that's basically it. I mean, we fired the warning shots, and we'll see what happens. If we go to global nuclear thermal war here on YouTube, we'll go. I'm in. I am the captain. Well, I'm not the captain, but I am a soldier. So I will fight to the death. And that's it. I will win. That's it. Me and my buddies, everybody who did those videos about that guy, and his little butt buddy friend. Well, we fired the warning shots, and now we're going to see what happens. And it probably won't end well for those two pedophiles, and that's all I got to say about that. All right, that's it. Thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. Peace out. Rock on and rock hard. And if you're not down with that, well, to that bald-headed bastard, bald-headed Irish fuck, all I gotta say to you, my friend, is fuck you, man, and all your supporters and all the trolls, everybody else, those irrelevant assholes that hide behind a voice changer or hide over the pond. All I gotta say to you is fuck you, man. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Good night, everybody. And I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you tomorrow, but I'll see you next time. And as we all say, big ups to WJ. And if you're not down with that, fuck you, man. Until next time, peace.